JJ Watt, a few more minutes left here with the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Does your brother deserve his first? What do you think? Pound it. Pound that table.
Deserved it last year. He's going to get it this year. I mean, if he doesn't, I don't know what's going on. But, I mean, tied the all-time sack record in the NFL, played only, 14 and a half games I think he played, 22 and a half sacks. I mean, the guy is unbelievable to watch. It's a blast to watch. Some of his sacks coming in the most crucial times of the game, forced fumbles to win a game in overtime, setting up his team to win games. I mean, I think that if you look at the stats, they were undefeated when he played the full game, and they were like 2-6 when he didn't play the full game. So he's incredible. I'm happy to see them in the playoffs. Derek's been playing great football on special teams. It's been fun to watch those guys. But I mean, what TJ did this year and what he means to that team and what he is able to do. I mean, you can't tell me. I know defensive players and anybody but quarterbacks don't have a chance to win the MVP, but he deserves to be in that conversation as well.
Well, again, I'm not saying this to be a fourth Watt brother, because clearly we've already established Chandler Jones has already taken that role in CJ Watt, but your bro got hosed on the sack record period. I don't know. He took down Huntley after he fumbled the ball and got it back, and then
I mean the rule is that it's an aborted play if there's a fumble and he just falls on it. But if he tries to get up and is going to try to do something, and the receivers are out in a pass route, that's a sack. And what happened was he picked the ball up clearly with intent to try and get up and do something with it. And then TJ knocked the ball out. So I don't understand how that's not a sack when you look at the letter of the law. And he'll never say it publicly because you don't say it about yourself, but I'll say it for him. That deserved to be a sack, and especially if you compare it to Strahan's final sack, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong on that front. And I imagine you were in the position of all Steelers fans on Sunday, waiting for the result of Sunday Night Football to not be a tie and going through all the emotional roller coaster of all that, right, on Sunday night?
It was crazy. Right? Yeah, it was crazy. Obviously, I'm in a group text with my brothers, and we started to FaceTime because it got that crazy. I mean, all day long, my wife and I were talking through the scenarios, and she was like, just talk me through it again. So the Steelers are in? And I was like, yeah, they're in. I mean, of course, tonight's game just can't end in a tie, but, I mean, it's not going to end in a tie. And she's like, yeah, it's not going to end in a tie. And then, the game starts, and you start counting off, and you're like, okay, it's a 3-point game. That's a little weary. And then it got to 12 points, and I was like, all right, we're good, 12 points. I'm going to go to bed. So we go to bed, and I got it on my phone. So I started watching on my phone. It got to, I think, then they kicked the field goal, so it was 15.
Yep.
And I told my wife, I was like, all right, 15 points is a little more shaky. It's 8-7. And then it started to get closer, and I was like, are you me? Like, is this going to happen right now? And so we turn it on, and we're sitting there watching, and then it goes to overtime. And, I mean, you're like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And then they're going to kneel it out right at the end, and then they call the time. I mean, script writers like the NFL, that couldn't have been scripted any better for Week 18 to come down to the last play for a team to get in. I mean, what a insane setup.
But the fact is, did you think that the Raiders were going to kneel? I don't know, like that timeout that the Chargers took, it was still around a time where, it was taken late enough that the Raiders could have still come out and knelt it down. I think they were going to run it anyway, right? But if they didn't get the first, that would have created, just run the clock out at that point in time.
Yeah,
right?
I would imagine the getting of the first down changed everything, and who knows, maybe they would have tried a super long field goal anyway, just to try and win. But I don't think that the timeout hurt the Raiders. That's for sure.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.